Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend.
And I'm James, your black friend.
And this is the Fat and Black Connection.
Yes, that's where. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm here this week. I'm here. It's here. We good.
Wow.
Starting the show off.
Wow, it's you. It's not Tyrus.
Yes, it's me. It's the original. Well, sort of. I don't know. Yeah, but we're back. We're back.
Wow, it's amazing. Well,
Yes.
And so what's the normal line, James?
What? It's been a minute. So say it again.
I'm Mark, your fat friend.
And I'm James, your black friend,
And this is the Fat and Black Connection.
where we talk about anything and everything. Well, as long as it's interesting to us.
Absolutely. And it's nice to hear that line delivered. It's been God, what, 4 weeks now since
Oh man, it's been a minute. Yeah,
so welcome back.
I've been here. It's just I had to start late because working everything.
You would think, folks, that James missing all of this time from the show, that he would come back, with some vigor and wanting to.
I couldn't. It's been a minute. I had to recall the line again.
Yeah, he doesn't even remember his line. He gave me the same amount of content to share with you all tonight as he normally does, which is about nothing.
Oh man!
And before the show even started tonight, our damn Brian already checked in. So Brian, I know you're out there. Welcome. Good to see your words or word, I guess.
Word.
This is as we say up in the description, it's a live and interactive broadcast, worldwide broadcast. I should probably
worldwide
for the millions. So what does that mean? Live interactive?
That means that we are live on multiple platforms. So we are live on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Daily Motion, YouTube. I think a couple other places. You find us, like us, and subscribe to us. And also that means we're interactive. So we want to see your comments, your thoughts. We want to know what you're thinking about. And sometimes it even gets wrapped up into the show.
Absolutely. And there have been times where we've completely changed course.
Yes.
So speaking of changing course,
yes, sir.
Well, we'll get there. Brian will probably tune out. So it's been a few weeks since you were here at the top of the show.
You're right.
So what have you been up to? We know that you went to the East Coast for your mom's wedding. We know you've had some work difficulties with schedule changes and stuff like that. So how are you? What's good today?
It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. So I mean, I can't complain. Like I said, the work thing is I got my days off that I requested, but that's pretty much the only thing I got. But everything's been okay. And we will so I guess are we gonna shift to Wednesdays again? I don't know. Whatever we do, we're gonna make it happen. And but yeah, no, I'm glad to be here at the top of the show.
Yes, it's great to have you here. And, it's another week over here in Northern Nevada. Nothing too special. Now, something that we haven't done that we normally do. I see you're drinking water tonight. So special. So nice. I'm going to be drinking to start a Kirkland Signature black cherry hard seltzer. So,
yeah, I heard those are delicious.
Where is the fatter black guy that we all love? I always find it interesting when people talk about themselves in the third person.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I know. And so obviously that's Tyrus referring to himself. And
he's out. You driving the bus?
I assume you're out driving a bus. That's what I.
He's off to the side of the road, of course.
Well, yeah, we started our show, so he told everybody on the bus, "Hey, hang out. I'm gonna pull over. I got to check in with my boys.
Time for my break."
So Tyrus was actually up here this last weekend.
Oh yeah.
And Debbie, stick around. It's interesting that you say that because we're actually going to talk about that shortly.
Yeah. So Brian can tune out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to extend the amount of time Brian hangs around.
Yeah.
So Tyrus was up here this last weekend. He braved the weather. There was some snow up on the mountains.
Oh, you guys getting that already?
Yeah, man. Yeah, there was some snow.
It's about time, yeah.
There was some snow up on the mountains, and evidently Tyrus is on his way home. His friend is driving, so
cool.
Yeah, at least he's not texting and driving, so that's good. So we got the chance to hang out. There's a place up here that opened recently called South 40, and it's kind of like a poor man's Dave and Buster's. Uh,
Oh, okay.
it's yeah, it has a little restaurant in the front with a bar, sport kind of like a sports bar. They've got some TVs and games and stuff where you can watch the games, and
Yeah.
then there's another area that is more for like kids. It's got redemption games where you can go and get tickets, except you don't get tickets anymore.
You
They
get they have like the cards.
Yeah, it goes straight onto your card now.
Mhm.
And then they have a back area. They call it the back 40. And that's where they have more of the adult kind of hangout zone, if you will. They have some games back there too. They've got like an axe throwing game. I'd never seen this before.
Oh,
There's a
interesting.
pong game, beer pong game where you like throw the pong
Yeah,
balls.
beer pong. Yeah.
But no, it's a video game. It's like a digital game where you have the ball and you throw it in the cup and you get points. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and of course they had Golden Tea, which we played some Golden Tea. And Tyrus, since you're not on the show, I get to do this. Tyrus almost split his pants. Yeah. First of all, I schooled him at Golden Tea, so that was nice, as I should. But he damn near split his pants as we were playing the game. A ping pong ball came flying by, and he decided he would try and go get it. And I guess he turned awkwardly, or he claims maybe there was something on the floor, and he almost did the full out splits. And
Wow.
Tyrus is a big boy.
Big man
Um,
down.
yeah, that could have gone really badly.
Yeah. No.
But overall, the experience was pretty decent. The prices were a little bit high, I feel like, for what they were offering. I
Mhm.
had the lobster mac and cheese, and it was that much. It was not,
Nice.
and it was $18.
Nice.
So that was a little disappointing.
Excuse me.
Bless you. And Tyra says the server lied. Everything was her favorite, but
No.
I
Yeah.
only like the Wagyu burgers. That's true. That one of the things I hate about going into a restaurant when you have a server that's like, "Oh yeah, that's my favorite item. Oh yeah, that's my
Oh,
favorite
I
item."
love everything. Yeah. I mean, like actually, when I used to be a server, I'd actually what I did was I I had pretty much tried everything, like every way. So like it was so like um for those of you who don't know, I used to work at Red Robin. So like I would have like the royal with I do it with the burger. I'd try it with chicken. I'd try it with the Boca patty. I'd also try it with the veggie patty, just so if people wanted to know like what it tasted like, I could pretty much describe it. So I pretty much tried everything.
Ah, yes, and Tyrus had a margarita in a martini glass. That was very weird.
Oh, what? What?
And Gary says, James, we're gonna have to plan some fun around Christmas time.
Yeah, I know you're coming out this way, so I'm here. So we good.
So I've been accused by many lately of making fun of you and Tyrus when he's come on as a guest, and not taking enough time to poke fun at myself. And so I thought I would take this as an opportunity to go ahead and make some fun of myself. So enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now introduce the funniest person I know. Me! I'm not wearing underwear today. No, I'm not wearing underwear today. Ha! Not that you probably care much about my underwear. Still, nonetheless, I gotta say that I'm not wearing underwear today.
Get a job.
Thank you, honey. But don't move a muscle, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with our headline performer.
Good old Avenue Q.
Yes, indeed. So there you go, folks. 30-ish seconds of me.
One of the few humans in the show.
Yes, indeed. Anyways, I thought I would throw some at myself, I suppose. So yeah, Tyrus was here. We went to that place. We also
What was it called?
It's called South 40.
South 40. Okay.
Yeah. We also went and got some pho.
At that
Which
spot around
was-
the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also went and checked out a breakfast spot called Peg's Glorified Ham and Eggs, or Peg
Yeah.
and Eggs,
Pagan.
and and that was actually really good. I definitely expect that I will be going back there. So next time you're up here, we'll have to.
For sure.
Yeah, we've got some spots to check out.
Yes, sir.
So Debbie requested it, and we actually had already planned to talk about it because we haven't talked about it in a while, and it's coming close
Yeah.
to the end of the wire. And
Yep.
so we thought, let's talk about our Alaska cruise, the Fat and Black Connection Alaska cruise that is coming up in just less than 6 months.
Yeah. So Brian, you can go ahead and tune out and then come back in like 10, 15 minutes. Okay, cool.
Yeah, more like 10. I don't plan to talk about it too long. I'm going to do the quick overview. So,
10 minutes. Yeah, go ahead and yawn. You'll be back.
You a jerk. So yes, we are going to Alaska. We're going to be cruising on Norwegian Cruise Line's Bliss, and that is middle of April. We're going to dive on into the web page is going to give some information about the cruise. We'll spend a couple minutes on it, but we are a part of a group. We have like 50 people going on this cruise. We've got like 15 or almost 20 rooms now booked. And there are discounts and additional perks and benefits that come along with being a part of our group. However, they're about to shut our group down so that nobody else can add to it. So then you just get whatever the base thing that they offer. Right now, being a part of our group, some of the stuff you could pick and choose if you wanted can get you up to $300 of onboard ship credit, get you photo packages, get you texting and phone calls and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of benefits. Plus, an additional right now, you would get an additional 5% off of whatever you book at. If you had booked a long time ago, like a lot of the smart people, you'd have gotten 10%.
Oh yeah,
but better late than never. You can still get that extra 5%. So we're gonna go dive on into what they're offering right now, and I can tell you that Norwegian Cruise Line right now has some pretty good deals. They're offering a lot of the same stuff they were offering when we were signing up, such as your, your $50 for shore excursions, your onboard food credits,
right.
All of that kind of stuff. The drink packages included.
Yeah.
They're still offering all that, but they're actually right now offering 40% off of cruise rates.
Oh.
So we'll look at the cruise rates, what they are right now, and they're fantastic. So if you have the opportunity to lock in, get that additional 5% off at the end, it's a really good time. So let's take a look at the page and talk about our Alaskan cruise. So we're going on a 7-day cruise to Glacier Bay, Skagway, and Juneau out of Seattle, Washington.
Oh yeah.
So the way they describe it, the beauty of natural wonders and rustic wildlife sightings makes this Alaska cruise a remarkable experience. Venture into the wilderness on a dog sled ride in Juneau. Witness misty fjords aboard a jet-powered catamaran in Ketchikan, and take it all in via the rails on the Skagway White Pass Scenic Railway. So they're obviously selling the excursions. So right now, as you can see over here, the prices are starting as low as $469 per person. Free at sea. So this includes a free unlimited open bar, which it's not like drinks. Yeah. I mean, if I like whiskey, so that includes a lot of the whiskeys, including Jack Daniels, which is a standard. So it's not the low end bottom stuff. It's your calls. If you work in the restaurant industry or you're a bartender, you know what I'm talking about. It's the calls.
Yeah.
It's not your top shelf.
No.
But even then, there is some stuff that's pretty close to top shelf.
Yeah.
So they're also offering free specialty dining. That's 2 food credits that you can use at the restaurants. They're offering free excursions. So what that really means is $50 per port per room. And then free Wi-Fi. So I can't remember the amount. I think it's like 150 or 180 minutes of free Wi-Fi. Yeah. But they're also right now offering 40% off on all cruises, free airfare for the second person, free third and fourth guests. So if you have additional people, like if you've got 4 buddies and you guys want to go split the cost on a room, this is a really good way to do it, because the third and fourth person, they only have to pay for the taxes and the
port fees.
No, the gratuities. There we go.
Oh yeah.
And right now they're offering 2-for-1 deposit. So I think that's up to a certain amount. I think it's like $150 or $200. They'll match it. So still really great deals. Here we can see the map where it shows leaving out of Seattle, having a day at sea, heading up to Juneau, then up to Skagway, then to Glacier Bay, back down to Ketchikan. It's going to be a beautiful cruise. Stopping lastly in Victoria, British Columbia before heading back. So it's gonna be a beautiful cruise. It's a great time of year. And here's where we can see the prices. The dates that we're going are April 15th to April 22nd. So right now, an inside room, if you just want to do this on the cheap, if you're like, I just want to go, I want to hang out with these folks, I want to have a really good time, $519 per person. Obviously, these rates are per person, and if you're doing a single person in one of these rooms, there's going to be a little bit of an upcharge. But if you've got you and a buddy, you and a spouse, you and a whatever, $519. So the two of you, you're talking about, $1,100 plus tax, tips, all of that stuff. But still, that's a really great price. The one that surprises me the most is the balcony right now. $949 for a balcony room. That is crazy to me. Especially on Norwegian Cruise Lines, which is considered a luxury cruise line. It's, one of the more high ends. It's not your, and I'm not the person who described it as this, but, you've got your Carnival, which is considered the Section 8 cruise line.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was told by a couple people recently.
Wow.
I was like,
wow.
dang, I've never been on one, but,
wow.
Tyrus, I believe, he can maybe confirm or deny whether there's any truth there. But yeah, and it goes all the way up. I mean, even the spa rooms are only $1,500. The Haven, obviously, that's the top echelon. That's your first class. That's, when you think about the Titanic, that's where Rose was hanging out.
And Jack snuck into.
Yeah. So ultimately, really great prices. If you get signed up soon, you'll still get in as part of our group, and you'd get an additional 5% off of these prices. And Debbie says it's more like spring break is Carnival. Okay. So a lot of teenagers and teens and 20s, I assume.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, if you're interested, hit us up on our Facebook page. We have a private group over there for people that are interested or are going, and we'll get you linked in and set up to talk with Terry, who's he's our cruise consultant. Great guy. He's been super helpful along the way. Just really quickly, some of the different accommodations, you can see there's a club balcony suite, an ocean view, a Haven room, which is obviously amazing. You've got inside rooms, you have studios. So if you're a single person and you don't want to, get a big room, you just need a place to sleep, there are studio rooms that are at a really great price as well. And then some of the things that are on board the ship, lots of dining. We've talked about them on the show. Go back and look at some of our YouTubes.
I think you broke them up too, didn't you? You broke those out.
I did.
Yeah.
We did an episode on specialty dining. We did an episode on the dining that's included
on the drinks. So we've
entertainment.
Yeah.
Jersey Boys, Six Cavern, activities. They've got a racetrack, laser tag.
I gotta do that.
They've got the spa, which I'm staying in a spa suite, so I'll have access to that.
Yeah,
that's included in mine. You can pay. I think it's $250. I think for the week if you want to get a spa pass. And then of course onboard shopping. It's beautiful. It's Alaska.
I think Tyrus says every time he goes on the cruise, he buys a watch or something like that. So yeah, there's a lot of shopping on there.
And then, of course, they talk about some of the top shore excursions. And again, we've done episodes where we dedicated huge chunks of time to talking about all of the excursions available at all of the different ports. So go check those out on YouTube. They're there. They're available. We're not going to talk about them today.
Yeah.
But no, Brian, we are not sponsored yet. Someday.
Not yet.
Someday. So that is the nuts and bolts of the cruise. I'm excited. So James, what kind of room are you staying in?
I actually had to downgrade because my brother decided that he's not going to go. So I moved from the balcony room, so I'm actually gonna do a studio room.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, no, I was like, ugh. He just told me this I was like, oh, you gotta start putting that stuff down, and he was like, oh, I'm not gonna go anymore, and I was like, come on, bro, and so I tried to call a couple other people, see if they'd be interested, but no go. So I actually called Terry a couple days ago, and I was like, hey man, everybody's pulled out, and so let's
See, you and
just
Tyra
move
should
it.
have just got a room together because you guys are both getting individual rooms.
Yeah,
That's silly.
yeah, now, yeah.
Such a disappointment.
Yeah, we can still talk about it. We can see. Oh.
Well, I will be enjoying The Haven.
Do that, man. Do you, bro?
Yes. Well, and I am doing me, as a matter of
Yeah.
fact. So I'll be enjoying The Haven, the exclusive first class, where I have my own private restaurant and bar and 10 forward kind of lounge area. So yeah, it's gonna be a very nice cruise. I'm gonna enjoy it and relax, and look forward to meeting and greeting lots and lots of people.
Heck
Like
yeah.
like we said, we're up to about 50 people on this cruise. We'd love to get some more. So if you're interested, head over to the Facebook page, hit us
Yeah.
up, and we'll get you added.
And hopefully we'll be able to we'll be doing some live content, or at least some content that we can upload when we get to shore and stuff. So yeah.
Absolutely. So let's dive on in to some of our normal content, if you wish.
Oh yeah.
First up,
Dive.
Secrets of Heritage House.
Yeah.
So this is a show that we've talked about for a long time now. We both have been involved with, from voice acting to producing to well, it's coming to an end.
Yes.
This Sunday is the final episode. And that's final episode ? Because there is the possibility they may do some stuff in the future. But as far as the season's regular production is considered, this is it.
This is it.
So yeah, you worked on the show.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? Are you sad to see it come to an end? How do you feel?
Like I've talked about it on our earlier episodes. It took me a minute to get into it, but once I did, I was kind of hooked. And yeah, so I think it's at a good spot. Like if it ends, I think they've kind of wrapped up, the storylines. They've packaged it all well, and so kind of putting that final bow on it. So
yeah, I agree. I feel like there were moments in season 3 where they kind of pushed things a little bit too heavy and too fast. That maybe could have been stretched out. But I get it. I mean, people have lives. Creative people want to work on other creative things, and it is a multiple time award nominated show. Hasn't actually cashed in anything yet, but still could happen. So it was a fun show to work on. One of the things that I'm most thankful for about having worked on that show was that it led me into other projects. It's really created kind of a community of actors and talent and creative types that we've gotten to work with on other projects and get to know. So, so yeah, I like the show. I'm kind of sad to see it come to an end, but to the same extent, I think I agree with you. I think it's at a good place.
Yeah.
And I think I think it was time. I think it was time for it to.
I mean, I like how everything has been going and how they kind of built up to, I like how they did that mid-season prequel thing, the 3-part prequel, to kind of give you a little history on what was going on and then it moving forward. So yeah, I think they did a great job, and it's gonna be sad to see it go, but they might do stuff in the future, but hey, for what it is, I think it's in a good spot.
Yeah, and Gary asks, have you heard about this year's Simpson Halloween special? They're doing an anime on Death Note. Just watched the first 2 episodes of Death Note. Interesting. I have no idea what Death Note is. Do you?
Death Note is, I think it's on. I think that's a show on Netflix that was pretty popular. And so yeah, Simpsons like to cash in on stuff like that. So I definitely I try and watch the Treehouse of Terror every year. So that's that's a fun thing. Those are always pretty fun. So
And Gary, that was a audio drama, so that can be found on all major podcast platforms: Apple, Spotify,
yeah,
everything.
I listened to it on Spotify, and
Yeah, so
so but yeah,
it is widely available out there. And actually,
so
one
is
of the
ours.
things, yes, so is ours, because this is a live and interactive show, and at times does get converted to podcasts. I haven't been doing that so much lately, trying to drive more traffic to
To the YouTube
watching
page.
us.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, and watch us rather than
yeah,
just because I think we're trying to get more engaged and more inviting by bringing on more content into the show. And so, at the end of the day, this, as we've always talked about, this is just me and you having a conversation, and other people get to tag along. So
come on.
yeah, and speaking of audio dramas, one of the things that we unveiled very recently was that another show that we're very deeply involved with is coming out here in just a few weeks, the last 6 weeks of the year, and we unveiled the new theme music, and it was evidently a huge hit, and people have asked. They
Oh,
want us to play it again, so here it is. And that is the
yeah.
opening theme music for Murphy's Inc. So that show will be coming. That audio drama will be coming in the very near future. You do voice acting on the show.
I do.
Um, you're also been involved from the production side.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what has that been like for you? Because this is the first time you're involved in that kind of aspect on an audio drama. How has that been?
It's been definitely interesting. Like with the just the different stuff that's coming at us. As far as like we just got I think we've kind of finalized our what do you call those transitions? Our transitions. So I think those pretty much are finalized now. So that's been interesting hearing all the different stuff coming out, and then kind of giving our input on what we think it should be and how they could change. Just being involved with like listening to what the writers are working on, things like that. So it's definitely been a definite learning experience for me, but it's been super insightful for being on the inside and actually seeing what goes into making just a single episode, let alone an entire series. So it's been very eye-opening.
Yeah, it's fun, and you get to be involved with the creative. You get to pitch ideas, and sometimes they get used, sometimes they don't. And
Yeah.
a lot of that theme that you just listened to is majorly in part to some of the direction you gave that you were looking for.
Yeah, that's why I dig it, because like I hear the definite influences that I was very I was not very vocal, but I was like, no, I need something different, and so like definitely I love the way it went, and it's the sounds great, and I love it.
Awesome. And continuing on talking about some more podcasting, you've recently got to sit in the director's chair on
Yeah,
an audio drama. It's a one episode, it's a one-off kind
yeah.
of thing, but from the Jack R. Abbott files, Murder by Garlic. Tell us about it.
Oh, so this was actually this was a lot of fun. So got to work with a couple people that I've worked with before, some new people. Because of my work schedule, I have to throw some love out to the one that became someone who became a co-director who also acted in it, Tara. She was awesome, helped me out, and also helped out the production as well. So thank her. But yeah, we finished our principal voice recordings last night, and so that's going to start getting all wrapped up and bundled together, along with Mark's, who directed Mark's show, Captain Fearless, and the was it the Time Traveling Nazis of Doom or something like that,
That's
and
right.
also Prince Kenneth. So I think most of the production, most of the productions are either done or close to being done. I think Prince Kenneth has a little bit of stuff left.
Yeah, Prince Kenneth is recording tonight, right now, as we're doing this.
Okay.
They're recording
Yeah.
tomorrow and Saturday, and then they should be wrapped on Principal. And
Yeah.
then I have a session scheduled for Tuesday, and then I should be 95% wrapped on Principal for Captain Fearless. The only thing that I have left to record there is me. Um,
Yeah, because he's
so
doing all the announcing for the shows. So, but yeah, no, this was it was a lot of fun to work on. It was more difficult because the last thing that I directed was just one person, and so it was a little bit easier. But this one was a little bit different, working with multiple people, and just it was again a real eye-opening experience because I've directed stuff, one acts and things like that for stage. So directing for like radio is a little bit different, of course, because you have to worry about voice quality, and so yeah, but a lot of fun. Cannot wait to hear it all packaged together.
yeah, I'm excited to hear your show. I really enjoyed the script, and having not been involved with any of your recording sessions, and but knowing a lot of your voice talent, I'm really excited to hear that. And one of the great things about it overall was the fact that we, because of our involvement with 97 to Now Productions, we were able to bring them to Diaz Media Group, who
Yeah,
was the originators or creators of Radio Story Hour, and now their 97 to Now Productions is part of the fold in Radio Story Hour, and
yeah.
and getting to do that, which of course then helped us to get brought in as directors, and
I
yeah,
also have to say, it was a lot of one of the greatest parts about working on this show. The auditions were kind of tough trying to pick out the people that you wanted, but being able to actually talk to the author. So Jack McLaughlin, awesome guy. We actually had a couple times where we chatted and just kind of talked about you know who the characters were, kind of like, if he liked the voices and if they worked for him. And so he was able to put some input. He was there on all the recording sessions. So thank you, Jack, for that. Sorry, my nose is running. But yeah, no, it was a great experience, especially being able to work with him. I know we had some script stuff that just wasn't sounding right, so we'd actually kick it over to him and be like, "Hey, is it cool if we change this?" And he was right there, so we didn't have to like wait for any responses. So he was like, "Yeah, no, that's perfect. Sounds great. Let's just go ahead and do what you need to do." And I was like, "Cool, man. I appreciate you." So yeah, it was a lot of fun being able to have him on those recordings as well.
So, what do you see for the future in regards to your involvement with Radio Story Hour? Do you see doing more stuff in the future? Do you think this is kind of a one and done?
I'd be down to direct again. Like the Murder by Garlic, that's just a one off in that whole Jack R. Abbott files. I know there's more of them that are out there. So I would definitely love to be able to continue directing that series if it's something that Jack would like to do. I would love to be able to continue and give the people that we worked with on this show, give them some more opportunities to dive into these characters a little bit more if they want to continue.
Yeah. So I've got to ask because I did audition. How come I didn't get cast in Jack R. Abbott?
uh I don't know. I just wanted to use some different people. Actually, yeah, you did audition.
Hmm.
I don't. Yeah, it's all good.
Hmm.
But I wanted to use, some unknown
Hmm.
people, and you know,
Well,
you're
I
gonna
guess
you're gonna be a part of the show because I mean you're doing the announcements for it. So
yes, yes, and I guess you could never be tagged for nepotism, so I guess that's a good thing.
yeah,
And Gary says,
yeah, because I didn't really audition for Captain Fearless, so it's all good. I did some reading for it, but
Gary says, I feel neglectful to ask. Do you have a list or links to these works on the Facebook page?
we will.
We will for this one as they start coming up. Murphy's Inc. has its own Facebook page, so head
Yeah,
over there. Um, yeah. So
we need to
Radio
get one of
Story
those.
Hour does
We
have
need
its
to
own Facebook page as well, but it doesn't have a ton of content yet.
we need to get a
Um,
link tree so we can get all our links to the stuff. I'll work on that part.
yes. Oh, you'll do something?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Cool. Well, that'd be great. So you wanted to talk about something, and so I'm going to let you take the steering wheel, if you will.
Oh yes, yes. I know. I posted the trailer for this on our page. Creed 3. Man, I didn't even know they were gonna do a Creed 3. I liked I the two were fine with me, but when I saw the third one, it's I think this one is another, well, one, it's directed by Michael B. Jordan, so I'm really excited about that. But it's also kind of the you've had the first one where it was him kind of coming to grips with his father was. You had the second one where it was kind of a redemption because he was fighting the son of the fighter that killed his father, Apollo Creed. And then this one is him kind of having to confront his past. So it's kind of been like a whole journey type deal. And like I said, this one's directed by Michael B. Jordan, so I'm excited to see what he brings to it. So yeah. So
And of course, obviously, Jonathan Majors is in it. So
well, yeah. So but yeah, no, I'm excited just to see like what this one's. I saw like the trail watch the trailer. It doesn't give a whole lot away, but it gives, just a little bit of what it looks like. So like I
I
said,
feel like
see
it
the
gave
other
a
two.
ton away,
What?
and I feel like it gave a ton away, and that it basically is rehashing some old Rocky films with like Clubber Lane and even Drago. Like it's basically a combination of those two films.
Yeah, like I said, in the second one, that was him fighting Ivan Drago's kid. So, you know, but I mean, like I said, I've enjoyed the other two films, so I can't wait for the third one to come out.
Okay. So a huge announcement came out from Disney just in the last 2 days that was very, to me, surprising
Yeah,
because it was kind of out of left field. But I think I'm actually excited to maybe get involved in this universe, if you will.
yeah,
Doctor Who is
uh,
coming to Disney
yeah.
Plus.
That's gonna be that's kind of big, man, because Doctor Who is a huge show. I mean, it's got a huge following. So I guess Disney was like, let's get in on that. So I wonder if we'll get some. I wonder if we'll get some Doctor Who stuff at the parks.
I doubt it. I think it's just
No,
streaming rights
it's
because
just streaming rights because it's. I know it was on Netflix, and I think it might still be on Netflix, but you will now be able to watch it on Disney Plus, and
but it is only going to be the new
yeah,
series or however they want to describe it.
it's
It
probably like the new seasons. I mean, they'll probably have some of the older seasons on there, maybe like at least
I think
maybe.
eventually they will, knowing
Yeah,
Disney that they're in this for the long haul. So
yeah,
they probably will eventually get the older seasons and start getting those up.
yeah.
Um, but
But
yeah,
yeah, it'll be interesting because, like I said, it's got a huge following. It's a lot of fans of Doctor Who. I watched quite a bit of Doctor Who. I need to get back and finish, the last couple seasons, but it's all good. It's all good.
indeed. And switching gears just a little bit, you know who my favorite musician is?
Yeah, like Billy Joel.
Yeah, right. So amazing, right? He is the
Right.
piano man ultimately,
Right.
and there have been a lot of people who have tried to debate with me that there's another person out there, and we're going to talk about him in a minute, that is a better piano man. And I
Now I'm gonna have to disagree with you on well, he's not there. They now okay. I have the Billy Joel channel on Sirius XM, which comes out like twice a year. He actually just talked about this recently on there. Him and Elton are actually good friends,
Mhm.
and
and they've
they
toured
have
together multiple
yeah,
times.
they've toured together, and they are not in competition whatsoever. Like
No, they're not, because Billy Joel
people
is
will
significantly better. So
people will try and compare them. Now, here's the thing: is that Billy Joel, and this is why I think he's actually better.
and
He actually wrote all his songs.
yes, and that was ultimately going to be my point.
Yeah, so he actually has written all his songs. Elton John, now mind you, he has a lot of good songs, but he did not actually write in well, he did not write a lot of his music. He got the music and actually then found tunes to them and everything else. And so yeah.
And yes, it is okay to like both. There's nothing
Yes,
wrong with that.
absolutely.
But ultimately, Billy Joel's hands down the better piano man. However, for whatever reason, Elton has always gotten more love, and as such, he's doing his farewell tour right now.
Yep.
Supposedly, this is it. He'll be done, and
We'll see until the money gets low and he needs to go back out again.
right. So, coming to Disney Plus live on
Goodness.
November 20th, Elton John Live, Farewell from Dodger Stadium, featuring special guests.
Yeah, that should be awesome.
Yeah, I will watch it.
Yeah.
I enjoy some Elton John songs. I think he is a talented individual. I think he is the number two piano man to me. Um, there is no one that tops Billy Joel, but he's there. He's number two. And as Debbie points out, rhinestones are very expensive.
Yeah, yeah. This man, he likes to bedazzle his outfits. So
Yeah. So I think it's interesting that they're doing this.
yeah,
Especially the live component, because this isn't the first concert or first uh, produced live event that they're putting on Disney Plus, but this is the first really.
it's not really Disney though.
No, it's the Elton John concert, and Disney
Yeah.
just has the live streaming rights.
Right.
So that should be interesting, because they did just air live on Disney Plus the Dancing with the Stars episode that was just on this last week.
Oh no, they've been doing Dancing with the Stars live this entire season. Apparently,
They've been doing them live every day or every
week. Yeah, they've been doing them live. So
I did not realize.
yeah, they've been doing.
The only
Dancing
reason I
with the
knew about
Stars
this
live
last
week.
one was because it was the Disney Plus Dancing with the Stars episode or whatever.
They every year they've had like a night that's, well, not every year. I don't know, because I haven't seen all of them, but I know they've had like the Disney night where they dance to Disney music. So yeah,
Interesting. And I guess it has moved from ABC. Didn't realize that either. So
yeah, so it was on ABC. Now they started streaming it live on Disney Plus. So yeah,
interesting. So what has taken its time slot on ABC?
I don't know.
It just feels like that's kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul a little bit, right? Because they're both.
I mean, it's all coming to you regardless. So, I mean, I guess it's funny because they don't have. I mean, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe they have commercials during it, but that's kind of taking your slots away from from your advertisers.
And Matt clearly is a Wayne Brady supporter.
Oh,
I haven't been following. So
was he on this season? I don't know.
I think he was the only competitor that I actually knew who they were.
Oh.
And we've got Tara checking in. Hopefully, Tara, you heard James give you a shout out a little while ago, giving you some love.
Yeah.
TV's slowly dying. That's right. We're reverting. We're going to audio dramas. So it's just like old time radio.
Yeah.
We're reverting. It's very interesting when you think about it.
Everything has, and you know it's funny though. I remember so Disney Plus came out, then like everything else started adding a plus to it. So like there's ESPN Plus, Then there's
You got to
like,
remember the first ones to do it though was WWE.
well, that was the WWE Network.
Yes,
That was
but
the
I'm
WWE
just
Plus.
saying, no, but they were the first ones to do a streaming 24/7
Yeah,
content
right.
streaming service provider.
Yes, that was like a yeah, and so then they had but yeah, then after that it's like everybody started adding a plus to everything, like
Apple.
Paramount Plus, Apple Plus, like Discovery Plus. I was like, yo, what?
Yeah.
Come on, people. Can't just add a plus to anything to everything. But yeah. Anyway. Oh,
We got the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
yes.
Another Jonathan Majors film.
Yep.
What did you think about this trailer?
Good. I'm excited. It looks like Cassie might be wearing a suit now. That's exciting.
There is a moment we see her in a suit. We don't know necessarily what her name is going to be. Is it going to be Stature? Is it going to be?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but whatever it is, I mean, whatever. Like, it's good to see, that they are, and they've, everybody's back. It looks like Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer, Evangeline Lilly, Paul Rudd, of course. So
we see a very brief moment of Bill Murray.
I must have missed it. I got to go back and watch that again.
We've had this conversation. When you watch this stuff, you've got to stop doing other things at the same time.
No, I mean, I'm watching it. I was watching it. I just like sometimes I'm just looking at everything else. I'm not paying attention to who's in them. Sometimes, like I already knew a lot of the people that were in it, but it was a quick moment, so I missed it. But yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But
yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's February 17th. That's so far away, but it's I gotta tell you, to be truthful, while I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing Black Panther here in the next 2 weeks,
yeah,
I'm more excited to see this one.
Oh yeah, no, this one was, and actually, it moved up quite a bit because it was actually supposed to be the Marvels at this time slot, so they moved the Marvels back to Quantumania's actual spot, which I think was May or something like that.
I thought it was Guardians of the Galaxy got bumped because of them firing Gunn and then bringing him back, and that kind of threw everything out of whack.
That did throw things out of whack, but these got switched. There was an announcement that they moved Quantumania and the Marvels, so they just switched their time spot or their release dates.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I agree, Matt. I'm a huge fan of Bill Murray. Always have been. And I was going to see the film anyways, but knowing he's going to be in it makes me that much more excited.
That helps.
We also got the trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Yes.
The main star of this film, Kevin
Bacon.
7 degrees or 6 degrees or whatever.
6 degrees. 6 degrees of separation. But yeah, no, I'm excited for that because I was like, oh, it's good to see Kevin Bacon's getting to work again. That's good. That's really good.
And for me, what I'm the most curious to see is any good Marvel fan knows Kevin Bacon has had a role in a Marvel film while not in the MCU.
Right.
He was in X-Men First Class.
Right.
And so I'm really curious to see if they give any kind of head nod or anything to that.
Well, that's kind of what they did. Well, they kind of gave a head nod to it when they introduced the Pietro from in WandaVision. When they introduced the Pietro, who was from the Fox X-Men movies. So definitely if Kevin Bacon gets a nod, that'd be good too.
Yeah. I think it's going to be it's a fun story. It sounds like it's about 45 minutes in length.
Oh yeah, it doesn't need to be long. It's just a fun Christmas special.
Yeah, and it'll be nice to catch up with the Guardians and see what they've been up to
since we last saw them in Thor: God of Thunder. Love and Thunder.
The all of like 6 minutes they're there and don't really do much except for shooting guns and stuff.
That's all they need to do.
I felt like it was such a waste. I felt like what was the point? Did they really need to even do that?
I think it was just because he left with them at the end of Endgame.
Yeah, and so you had to explain what they were doing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like I still think that was a bit of a waste, but I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be fun. And let's talk about another show that did have an episode released today, but we're not going to talk about today's episode, mostly because I haven't watched it yet. And that is
Andor. Yeah.
So we're only talking up to episode 7, which was last Wednesday.
Right.
The post heist episode, if you will. So what are you thinking of this series? There have been so many people out there poo-pooing it. You and I haven't had a really good opportunity to dive into what you're thinking.
Yeah, like I think we might have talked about it before, but I definitely understand why they showed the first 3 episodes together.
Mhm.
I definitely that was because I was like, this would not have worked if I had to wait like a week in between those episodes. But overall, I mean, it's been a decent show. It hasn't been my favorite Star Wars show, and I mean, I guess there's a lot. There's a lot of politics involved in this one, but that's also, it makes sense because this is the Empire really now uh, s- stretching their reach out of what the people thought it was going to be. Um, so it's really like them after this heist, it's them doing that major overreach, which people thought, oh no, the Empire is going to be here and it's going to keep us safe, blah blah blah. No, it's now starting to get out of control. So you start to see the kind of the seeds of the rebellion, and it is not pretty to start off with. Let's just put it that way. um I think you'll like this week's episode. um but yeah, again, it's been the last couple episodes, like leading up to the heist, it was good, and then now it's kind of getting into that the political play and all that kind of stuff. So we gotta see how it plays out. We're more than halfway through, so I'm waiting to see how it ends. So then I'll watch Rogue One again and hope, and maybe everything will kind of click together.
No, and I personally think this is some of the best Star Wars stuff, since like the Clone Wars. Um, in the regards of like telling a
Oh, for
really
backstory.
telling a
Oh
really good
yeah.
story, because it doesn't need to be all action, all lightsaber fights, and all of that kind of stuff. I think having some of that political intrigue and you know getting the curtain pulled back on the rebellion and its creation and all of that. I personally really really like this series. I think it is so well done. It's
I,
methodical. It's
you know
yeah.
what? I can understand why people are not liking it as much. It's because they're expecting. I think because we've been spoiled with the Mandalorian. Oh, you got some more Broken Skull? The
What?
IPA? Yeah.
What?
The IPA is actually the better one of the two. Anyways, but yeah, I think it's because people are expecting the lightsaber fights. They're expecting um like the Mandalorian type stuff, the Book of Boba Fett type stuff. So I think that's what people are expecting. But you can't. This is a total different thing. Like those. Each thing is its own separate. Not. It's all in the universe, but its own separate entity. So don't even. Yeah.
Well,
Stop.
and the thing you got to remember is we are talking about the Star Wars universe, right?
Yeah.
And so there are different things going on at different times, and
Yeah. It's not all.
just because there's this huge lightsaber battle going on between 50 Jedi and in
People are
dung
still
beetles,
having lives.
yeah,
There's still intrigue going on. There's still people trying to make their power plays, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't go as well as they planned. So
yeah. And kind of calling back to Clone Wars, we got a lot of that animation style in Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, which did just drop today.
yeah,
um,
all episodes.
all 6,
Yeah,
and we have both watched all 6, and we are going to talk about them. And
yeah.
so right now is your opportunity. If you have not watched all 6, uh, walk away, because I
and
don't.
listen later.
Yeah, because if you haven't watched all 6, and you're watching this, I have to question why you haven't. And yeah, if you're any kind of Star Wars fan, you need to to watch these.
These are really good. I mean, it gives
Hold on.
oh
3,
yeah. Oh yeah.
2, 1.
You've been warned.
Fair game.
Okay, so should we just go episode by episode then?
Sure.
Okay. So the first episode was awesome. Like because we don't know, we have not really learned a whole lot about Ahsoka. And so it was nice to see her in a number of these episodes and learn all about her. And so like the first episode was her being born and about her, and how they find out she's a Jedi. So I thought that was excellent.
Yeah, that first episode, getting to see, obviously her use the Force as basically a 1-year-old,
Yeah.
and just seeing the family, kind of the tribe in which she was brought up in, and I really liked. I thought we were going to get more of a backstory in that regard. It was fun. It was cute. It was suspenseful at moments. I think it did a really good job of saying, hey, here's where she came from, and that's all you need to know. You don't.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have gotten more, but I think it's okay.
I think it was kind of one of those things. That's enough. That's just enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second episode, we have a very interesting pairing of Count Dooku with his Padawan Qui-Gon.
Yeah. That was something I did not expect that at all.
No. Well, and I mean, I hope you knew that Qui-Gon was his Padawan, but
I didn't. I knew, and that's the thing. I knew Dooku had been Yoda's Padawan, but I didn't realize that Qui-Gon had been Dooku's Padawan.
Yeah, and so for me, that was really cool because I did know that and I recalled that, and so as soon as they walked on screen together, I was like, "That's young Qui-Gon," and so that kind of amped me up for that episode, and really seeing that already long before he makes his full-on turn to the dark side, he
was already questioning a lot.
Yeah, he was very much running the razor's edge there, and even to the point of using the choke.
Yeah.
That was very interesting, not expected at all.
And we also see that there was that the Senate pre during the Republic, there was a lot of corruption. There was a lot of corruption still going on in that.
Yeah, rogue senators and
yeah.
Third episode?
Man, I need to I gotta look them up.
Oh man, you're supposed to be on top of this, bro. So that's the one with Count Dooku and Mace Windu.
Yes. Oh yeah, where they go and because one of a Jedi was assassinated, I guess you could say.
Yes. And so again, we see Count Dooku going a little bit further, and we see Mace, who's
he is like, this is what we were sent to do. This is what we need to do. We don't divert from that. And Dooku was like, "Nah, we need to figure this out," which I believe he was right to do. But again,
not his tactics.
Yeah, his tactics were still were dark.
Yes, questionable to say the least.
Yes.
And ultimately we get to the end of that episode and we find out that that's where Mace gets promoted to the Jedi Council, and clearly a lot of resentment there from Count Dooku.
Yeah, he was not a fan of that. And
episode 4, probably my favorite episode.
Yeah,
of
that
the
was
6.
a good one.
We actually finally get closure and understanding of what the hell happened to Yaddle.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the whole thing with, I was like, why is he taking the file out from
Sophodius?
Yeah, well, he used Master Sophodius's information to get into the file for what was the planet? The water planet? You know what I'm talking about? The water planet where the clones were made?
Oh God, yes. Um, it'll come to me, or
Yeah.
Brian will tell us.
Yeah. So that was one of the things, like, I was like, yo, like, that's crazy. Like, they didn't realize that this stuff had just all of a sudden gone missing. Like, so yeah, but that was a very interesting episode to see. Like, he is he was already playing, he was already walking on the fence, and that was that push over.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I found the most questionable though was Yaddle's character voice. She spoke normal. She didn't have in any way the mannerisms or anything that Yoda does, which you would think, being of the same species. I wonder if there's some material out there that explains
Yeah,
what.
there wasn't. I remember I went to on Wikipedia, because
Mhm,
I was like, we've never actually learned what species Yoda is.
mhm.
And so yeah, and there's no, I mean, there's some information about other others of his species who were involved either in like the old republic. Then there was, Yaddle, who unfortunately was killed in this story. um but you know what, she was kind of low key. Like, I thought she would be like on a higher level, I guess, because I'm thinking of Yoda. But yeah, no. I mean, she put up a good fight, but she was trying to let Dooku know, like, yo, look, I understand what you're going through, like, but this isn't the way to go about it.
Well, and what I thought was also interesting in that regard was that she had quit the council.
Yeah,
She says just before he turns on her that she stepped down from the council.
because he actually was making a lot of sense. Like,
Hmm.
and that's the thing, is like, that's this kind of same thing that, if you watch the Clone Wars, the same thing that Anakin kind of goes through as well. So, but yeah, no, that was a good episode too, because it was like that fully, like, I just felt like Dooku has always been. I guess we didn't see him until what, episode 2?
Correct.
Yeah, so so everything kind of works out, but yeah. It's just kind of interesting seeing those in between moments that you didn't see, prior,
Mm,
like him younger.
right.
Yeah.
So our next episode, practice makes perfect. Um, very much felt like it just could have been a scene in Clone Wars that maybe they didn't use and
It
decided to.
actually, the end of that episode was the scene from Clone Wars.
Yes, I know that,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying it feels like, maybe that scene could have been something from early Clone Wars. They just decided to scrap it, or I'm not
Uh
saying they did, but it
it actually, you know what, what I enjoyed about that was actually seeing her, like, that whole her evolution, because like she's like, yo, look, I could handle this. Like, this is
and you're talking
everybody
about
goes,
Ahsoka.
yeah, Ahsoka, yeah. Because basically it was like Ahsoka and Dooku. But no, Ahsoka was we see her final training at the temple, and it's like she's like, yeah, this is cool. I'm good. And Anakin is like, no, I'm gonna make sure that you're ready. Like, this everybody does that. I'm gonna make sure you learn, and you learn, like, basically the hard way. And I think in the whole grand scheme of things, I think it actually worked out.
Yeah, well, and I mean, ultimately, Anakin later will only have himself to blame for why Snips is still around and survives. Uh, because of his training, he trained her to be pretty darn good. So,
Yeah, because he actually says, if you can handle the Rex, and the is that the is that the 501st?
mhm.
Yeah, if you can handle them, you can handle anything. So she was able to handle anything.
Yeah. And then, of course, we get into our final episode, Resolve, which clearly takes place post Clone Wars. Um, it's somewhere, I think, obviously, uh, after episode 3, but before episode 4. It's probably
Yeah.
early at the start of the rebellion. We got Bail Organa making a reemergence.
Well,
Um,
because it starts out at Padme's funeral,
mhm,
and then basically Ahsoka trying to hide out and ends up using her powers to save somebody,
mhm.
and then that kind of goes sideways. So
Well, and you know it has to be before episode 4
right,
because Alderaan don't exist,
it's still around.
and Bail did not survive that. So,
Yeah, yeah, or as
uh,
far as we know, because apparently nobody left that planet. So that kind of
yeah, he didn't survive that.
yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying.
So yeah, I think overall, Tales of the Jedi, and my understanding is that this is just the first dump of it. There's going to be more.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I'm okay with that. Well, because it
Uh,
ends with with Bail actually asking Ahsoka, "So, are you ready to get back into the fight?" And so, hopefully these will, if they have a few more episodes or whatnot, like you say, this is only the first dump. That it'll kind of,
I don't think there's going to be more about Dooku or Ahsoka. I think
oh,
there's
might
going
be
to be
just be
more.
other Jedi.
I think a lot of what they did here was to help set up Ahsoka the series.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought if they do a couple more episodes with her later on, like it would definitely go into the series.
Yeah. So I I think the intention is that they're going to use Tales of the Jedi as an opportunity to tell stories about other characters throughout the Jedi universe. I could see them doing more episodes focused on Mace or other, even Qui Gon.
Yeah, and I think that, and the nice thing is that we've had some stuff about episode one. You had he talks about him losing like how Sidious was also saying, I lost an apprentice, you lost an apprentice to Dooku.
Well,
So it's
and we had Qui Gon in that episode as well, voiced by Liam Neeson.
right. So, and that's the whole thing where he's like, and they're talking about how he encountered a Sith Lord and how, the council isn't believing him for some reason. It's like,
Mhm.
and Dooku's talking about, hey, I
Well,
told them that this was coming.
and that was the straw that broke Dooku's back was when Qui Gon was killed by
Right,
the Sith.
right, because they should have listened to him.
Hmm.
That's all they had. They had to listen to him. Oh, Tara said good night. So good
Good
night,
night,
Tara.
Tara. Thanks for checking in. Always a pleasure.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, overall I really enjoyed these 6 episodes. I felt like some of them were throwaways just to kind of give some filler, but some of them were just really well done.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely like it filled in some holes. I think the stuff like the one that you were talking about as a throwaway, I think it might have been scenes in a Clone Wars episode that they cut and they were like, "Oh no, this is good enough to we just need to show these." So I think that's kind of maybe what happened here too with some of these. It was like some of them felt new, but some of them felt like you said, they could have come out of an episode, and so they're giving them to us now.
Yeah. Well, and I definitely, I think of the two arcs, if you will, I definitely appreciated Dooku's more because
We saw so
we
much of Ahsoka throughout the Clone Wars episodes,
right.
and we got some of Dooku, but like seeing his turn, how he was already kind of slipping, and questioning the order, and it's the same kind of deal that Anakin goes through.
Hmm.
So you see it, and
Hmm.
how Sidious plays on. He all he just needs a finger in the door, and he can start opening a wound. So
Yeah. Really well done, Dave Filoni. Thank you. Keep it coming.
yeah, man.
Um,
That's why I was,
and
and once I saw these, I was like, man, I want some Bad Batch 2, but that's coming soon. So January, it says it's January 4th, I believe it said it's supposed to be coming to
that
Disney
sounds
Plus.
right.
Bad Batch
Well,
season 2.
yeah. Well, and did you hear talking about Star Wars stuff that it has now come down that they are no longer going to announce projects coming out of the Star Wars world.
Oh, what? They're just gonna drop them?
Yeah, because there have been my understanding is that specifically around the films, because
Oh,
there
okay.
have been so many announcements and
Oh,
then they fall apart. And
oh,
so Disney, the parent company, has basically said you're not making announcements anymore.
oh, you're like things were supposed to come and then they like fell apart. So they were like,
Hmm.
so now people are like, hey, where are these things?
Yeah, there was the Taika Waititi film that was announced, and it's already fallen through.
Oh,
There was the Rian Johnson uh, trilogy that was supposedly going to happen, and that's already pretty much fallen through.
oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, so
Shut your.
they've
So Disney was like, nah, you guys got to shut your traps.
yeah, just keep it quiet until you actually have something in the can.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I appreciate that. It is frustrating as a fan to hear, something's coming
And then it
and
never
then it never
materializes.
exactly. So, hey, speaking of materializes, I always when I hear that word, I think haunted mansion, and
Grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
we are about a year away from when we are planning our next Disneyland trip. So, for those of you out there, we're looking at the week before Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. We did that. That's what we did. What last year, right? Is
yep,
that last year?
yep.
Yes. Yeah.
So, if you are interested, be looking the around November 13th to the 17th, that week in there.
It's a
Um,
good week to go because like kids are still in school, so there are families, of course, that are gonna be there. But the crowds were not bad.
no, and you get the best, right? Because you get still a little bit of a Halloween carryover, a little bit,
Yeah.
and you get Christmas.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That was nice. That was nice
yeah.
because I hadn't seen the Nightmare Before Christmas, and like I was afraid I was gonna miss it because like they said it was supposed to end like a number of years ago, but I think it was one of those things it became very popular around this time that the holiday season. So they were like,
Mhm.
all right, well, people want to see it, so we'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't get it, but whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's
so
fun.
Disneyland in just about a year.
Yeah.
Let's get excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
More people show up. That would be so much fun if we had more people.
Yeah, we could take over whole rides.
Yes. Yes. And then we can actually have a good crew for the smugglers run.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. It'd be nice to go high
Try.
score.
Yeah, at least try and complete it because like we got really close the last time we did it, but you know.
What are you going to do when you got like a 7-year-old trying to fly and it just
No,
doesn't go well?
we were piloting. It was the other family that was trying to get the stuff, and we got one. Like
Were
I
we?
think,
I don't even remember.
yeah, we were flying. But yeah. Anyway,
Well, you got any last minute thoughts? Anything you want to talk about or share?
no, I'm just if you have, it's that time of voting, so go out, make sure you exercise that right and go out and vote.
Yes, go out and vote 2, 3, 4 times. Because in today's society, I guess that's what we're allowed to do. So make sure your voice is heard 3, 4, 8 times.
Yeah, don't do that. That'll get you in trouble. But
Yes, we don't support any
no,
candidates here at Fat and Black, but
no, but just make sure you go. Make sure you express. You get your voice heard. You go out and civic duties, people. You know, because yeah, make sure you get out there and do it. If you have early voting, that's good. Make sure, or at least by election day, when your polling places are open, make sure you go and
see, I'm never
do
a
your
fan
duty.
of the early voting, honestly. Only because what happens if you turn in your ballot today, right?
Mhm.
And the official votes are like still 2 weeks away, right? And what if the day after you put it in the mailbox, some huge scandal comes out that the guy or gal, was smuggling money or snorting heroin or like
I that's the thing for me when I do it. If because like if I because I get mail-in ballots, and so like I fill it. It's a nice thing is because I fill it out at home, so I have time to like look up stuff and uh, kind of make sure everything, I put it,
Well,
make
that's
sure
a lot
everything is
easier
good.
with like the propositions, right? Because those aren't going to
Yeah,
change.
right.
But when it comes to the candidates, that's where it's like I like to wait until, like, I'll fill out my ballot mostly, and then if I'm like not dead set yet,
Yeah.
I'll leave it, and then because I don't know if you know this, but you don't have to mail it in. You can drop it off
No,
at the
I
mail-in
that's what
ballot.
I no, that's what I do. I actually take it because I want to make sure that it actually gets there. So like um for the for the last not the last election, but the oh actually yeah, for the presidential election, I actually took it to a drop off spot and I dropped it off, made because the nice thing is they check to make sure you're good, like your signature and everything is on there, make sure everything is correct before you turn it in. Um, but also, like I said, there's a polling place not too far from me, so I fill it out, I take it with me, and then I drop it off there, and so I make sure it's actually at a polling place. So, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much what I do. But I still like to, before I fill it out fully, I like to wait. The propositions, that kind of stuff, usually I don't. It's not going to change. It is what it is.
right,
But with the candidates, I usually wait until 1 or 2 days before, just because
and
they call it an October surprise for a reason.
yeah. So, and for those, and also like make sure, especially if you have propositions on your ballot, make sure you double check and
What does
understand.
yes mean? What does
Yeah,
no
because
mean?
sometimes yes means no and no means yes. So I wish they would not do that. That would
It's all a
that
matter of how it's worded.
yeah, that's the part that like I remember a number of years ago there was a proposition, and if you voted yes on it, you were not for it, and if you voted no for it, you were for it. And I was like, what? Why is it just yes means yes and no means no?
It does. It's just a matter of how it's worded.
Yeah, so make sure you double check on those propositions. If it's something that you're for or you're against, make sure that you double check and make sure that you are voting how you want to vote. So
Yes, what your actual intention is.
yes, yes. So like I said, we're not supporting any candidates or any party or anything like that. We're just saying vote how you want to vote your conscience, all that kind of good stuff. But vote, just make sure you go out and vote.
Yes, one way or the other. As long as you're at least 16, right? That's the voting age. Get out there and go put your ballots in. And hey, if you can find your parents' ballots, go ahead and fill those out for them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Oh man, Mark is just giving all the bad information tonight. I love it.
Oh, is that not right? Is that not how
Yes.
you're supposed to do it?
No, actually, a guy actually.
I thought it was like, hey, if you go to your neighbor's mailbox and you notice they've got a ballot there, help them out. Take it and fill
fill
it
it
out
out
for
for
them.
him. Yeah, no, that's all good. You can do that. No, you can't do that.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, a guy got in trouble because he filled out his mom's ballot, and hey, at Hefe.
El Jefe. These nuts is still running, I heard. Yes.
Oh man, that guy. But yeah, just again, like I said, just make sure you get out there and do it,
Yes.
like
Yes,
Nike.
please. Just do it.
Do it. Yep.
Anything else, James? Any I've got to ask every once in a while, any lucky ladies out there, or we're gonna have to do an episode of Win a Date with the Darkness?
Th- possibly.
Okay, so now we're gonna have to go a little bit more in depth. Can you elaborate on what that means?
No, I started. So I started talking with someone. So we met on the site, and then we exchanged numbers, and so we've been texting, and
So you swiped right. Okay.
so we actually talked tonight, so that was nice, and then yeah, so we'll kind of
And
see where
does
things
she
go.
know about this show?
Yeah, I actually told her about the show.
Oh,
So
well,
so maybe she's watching tonight. She said she would check it out, so we'll see.
yeah, there's a lot of people who say that, but right now I can tell you we've got about 1.3 million people watching, so that's huge. That's great numbers to see. I'm not quite sure how we have such a viewership, but yet we don't make any money off of this show.
Yeah. Make sure you. Hey, listen. Main thing right now. Listen up. If you are watching this, make sure you go to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and then make sure you hit the bell to get notified when new content goes up, as well as when we go live and things like that. So that'll help us
In,
out tremendously.
Indeed, because there's a lot of good content on there from our past episodes, and when we do have an interesting segment, I do try to go and pull those out individually, and especially when James is bad at math, we like to throw those out. One of the
That's been a high profile one so far.
only 2.2 thousand views on that one. On YouTube.
The other one that we got a lot of views on was the Hellfire Wing Challenge that I did a number of years ago. Ugh.
Yes, you eating chicken wings. Evidently, people like to watch you eat and put yourself through torture. That one has 4.1 thousand views. So
yeah. There is you know what? Actually, there is a challenge that I saw that I'm actually kind of interested in trying, because it's these it's sliders. It's a bunch of sliders, but it's all different types, and so
it's like eat 50 sliders or what?
No, it's not. I don't think it's that many sliders, but it's basically like, I think you have to eat all the sliders, which I think there's like 16 different sliders, and then there's and then you have to finish like the fries and like the like whatever else comes with it. You have to do that. Some of them have milkshakes, which I'm like, yikes. Like, I would totally do it, but again, like
Take your Lactaid.
I have the Lactaid, but it's like, but man, still like trying to, it still kind of hurts sometimes.
And Tyrus is excited about you getting a little boo.
Oh man, I love the crying emojis too. That's awesome.
Yes, if it actually ends up going anywhere, we'll have to bring her on to interrogate her. I mean, you can introduce us to her.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. So yeah, but no, definitely.
Anything else?
No, I think we'll come to you. We'll come to you again real soon with some new content. Hey, actually, I do have a question for you. Are you going opening weekend for Wakanda Forever?
Oh, of course, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I plan to go see that probably on the opening Saturday. That's usually when I've been doing things. First showing on Saturdays is it's comfortable. It's and so I plan to see it that first weekend, just because it's easy to avoid the spoilers for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But you start getting beyond that, and it's very hard.
Yeah. No.
So
And that's the other thing too, which irritates me too, is like and I don't watch them, but the Easter egg, like after a trailer drops, something you might have missed. I'm like, yo, like, calm down.
I mean, I think a lot of people have their content already planned for those, and then they just need it to be confirmed. You know what I mean? They've heard the rumors, they've heard all this stuff. Okay, I can plan to do this and this and this and this.
Yeah, I try not to. That's why I try to avoid those things for the most part. Like, I'll watch the trailers and stuff like that, but yeah, for the most part, any type of spoilers or anything like that, I try and avoid altogether.
Yeah, me too. I like to watch the trailers, and I like to know what's going to, get a feel for what the film is going to be like, or the show is going to be like. But I don't really like to do much more than that. And El Jefe says, try that slider thing for your date with that chick. I'm sure she won't be disgusted to see you shove burgers down your throat. I agree. I think you should do that. Give it a shot. And actually, what'll be more entertaining or eye-opening is watching her do it.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe we'll see. We could see.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's one of those things, like I saw that was the one there's a number of different challenges they have out here, but that was the one that I was like, I think I could do that one.
And Tyrus wants to know if Wednesdays is going to be the new Showtime. And I wouldn't call it the new.
No, because we were doing Wednesdays before. Oh no, were we doing Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
We've been all over the place, man.
Yeah. Because we did. I think we've done a couple Saturdays. We did Mondays just recently. We were doing Wednesday nights a long time ago, and then we were doing Tuesday mornings for a long time. Yeah, that's what it was. It was Tuesday mornings. That's what it was.
Yes. So I think we definitely have settled on evenings, and since it sounds like you're going to be off Wednesdays and Thursdays for the next 6 months at least.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, actually, that's what I plan. I plan on trying to keep those Wednesday, Thursdays.
Yeah, but as we know, that could change.
Yeah, pretty much. At least, like I said, when the shift, we did the shift bid. I got the days. I got Wednesdays and Thursdays off, like I had, and then yeah. So I at least got the days off. I didn't get the shift that I wanted, but hey, what are you gonna do?
There are worse things that could happen.
Yes.
And El Jefe wants you to do a hot dog challenge. Good night, El Jefe.
I don't like hot dogs that much. I do enjoy hot dogs, but I don't like them that much to do a challenge on them.
You like a spicy wiener. Calm down.
Well, I mean, if it's hot links, then yeah, we can talk. But I haven't seen anything with hot links. Oh, never mind. That's kind of beside the point. There was a hot link corn dog that I had when I was in California, like a number of years ago, which is really good.
Do you not remember me doing the link challenge at Disneyland? Corn dog.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did that. No, I'm talking about there was actually the corn dog that I that one, yes, but I remember there was the first time I ever had it was on a food truck.
See, even Tyrus enjoys a spicy wiener.
Yeah. Spicy wieners. Yeah, but yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I'll try and get one of those done, and then make sure I record it.
Yes, that's the most important part, because
yeah,
if you don't record it, it didn't happen.
Right. It's like life, Instagram. That's how we prove life happens.
Right. Well, and that's how we live vicariously through others. So,
yeah. Instagram stalk people.
All right, man. I think
All right,
I think it's time, and I think for one last time, let's let Murphy's Inc. play us out. Have a good night.